Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships and Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are going over the patch notes for the patch that is dropping on Monday, April 12th, 2021. So, let's get into it. If you guys know these videos by now, you know I go through just about everything in the patch notes. So, this is the time. Go get you something to drink, get you a snack, do what you gotta do. We'll wait. If you're back, let's get this party started. First of all, update size, to be determined. So we don't have that. And these are the preliminary patch notes, by the way. Things can change between now and when they're actually released tomorrow morning. So keep that in mind. But this is probably pretty close. All right, Legends, can you believe it's been 2 years since we started this journey in early access? Well, indeed it has. The 2 year strong update is ambitious and will let you take to the skies with no time limits. The carriers are now part of our regular fleet. Furthermore, Suzia, I hope I said that correctly, a Mogami-class cruiser with 155mm guns, makes her eagerly awaited debut. While 2 new seasons of Arena are shaking things up with some unusual rules, also, in response to some comments, there's perhaps a bit too much text in the patch notes. We're trying to keep them a bit more concise. Nice! 2 years strong. To celebrate 2 years since the first battles began in Legends, we've planned a couple of things during the first week of the update, April 12th through April 19th. A celebratory sale with discounts reaching up to 35% for one-time offers and 25% for numerous premium ships. A global XP conversion bonus, 35 instead of the usual 25 per doubloon. Gifts in the store, a first win bonus, look out for the Windrose symbol, which is the little thing that pops up in the corner on your ships before you get that first win, just so you know. For Tier 3 and higher aircraft carriers, as well as other ship types of Tier 4 and higher. Valid once per ship for the entire update, so you get this one time per ship. Per tier of Tier 4 to Tier 7. Or I guess does it go to Legendary? Does that extend to Legendaries? Anyway, the basics. Alright, carriers are returning to the fold with a few changes. Check out the main points below. The basics. Carriers are available for Japan and the US at tiers 3, 5, and 7. There can be no more than one carrier per team, and carriers will always either be present on both or none of the teams. The exact ships in the new tree are Langley, Ranger, and Lexington for the US, and Hosho, Ryujo, and Shukaku for Japan. To unlock the carriers, you must first unlock the Tier 3 battleships of the respective nations, which is a pretty similar thing from the US or from the PC version. If you've ever played the PC version, you have to go through the lines, and just like the cruisers, you go from the cruisers to the battleships. We also have to go from the cruisers to the battleships to the carriers at Tier 4. So keep that in mind. Compared with battleships, Tier 7 carriers require an additional 50,000 XP to completely unlock. We feel this is justified by the fact that there is only one carrier per team, and carriers are more influential on the battlefield due to their spotting abilities. All carriers have access to torpedo and dive bombers, which are HE bombs. 2 missions to obtain a special carrier commander will be available for the duration of the update. The post-battle service costs for carriers are the same as those for other ship types. The Tier 7 cost is 136,000 credits. That is base. Now remember, that fluctuates based on what you do during the match. 136,000 is the base cost. So if you just hit the button to get into a match and get killed immediately with doing no damage, not firing any shots or anything like that, that's what it's going to cost you. Okay? So keep that in mind. Changes made to carriers since airstrike mode. HE bomb damage has been increased. Aircraft torpedo damage and range have been increased. Planes of Tier 3 carriers have increased speed. Planes of Tier 5 carriers have increased hit points. Tier 3 HE bombers have improved bomb dropping accuracy. Carriers have received course plotting. which is choose a square on the tactical map to send your carrier to that location. The torpedo skills of existing commanders now correctly affect plane drop torpedoes. Louis de Fournet's base trait now affects HE bombs. Changes to other ship types to help them combat air threats. Tier 5 up to Legendary tier cruisers have received 2 charges of the defensive AA fire consumable, which boosts anti-air damage for a short period. The consumable is available in the second slot, and when selected, it swaps the existing consumable, which is usually sonar. Every commander has received the all-out anti-air skill, which passively boosts the range and power of your AA defenses. Togo Heichihiro, good lord, I can't speak, and George Dewey have received new skills specifically for carrier use. Hidden Threat, which boosts torpedo bombers' concealment and speed. Burn, baby, burn, which increases your chances of causing fire with HE bombs. I'm going to let you know right now that it's George Dewey that has Burn, baby, burn. Guarantee it. Anyway, every ship of Tier 4 and higher has the option to install AA Gun Mod 1 in the first modification slot, which improves the ship's anti-air capabilities. Similarly, every Tier 7 and Legendary tier ship has the option to install AA Gun Mod 3 in the fourth modification slot. I am not giving up artillery plotting room for AA. Just throwing that out there. Start researching the carriers to take to the air, and let's add a new dimension to Legends. Next, we have the Limit Breaker campaign. The campaign offers a special ship, a ship that many of you have been asking about since the very beginning of our journey together. The 155mm gun variant of Mogami, Suzuya. She's a very capable HE slinger with respectable torpedoes. A great B-side to Mogami. Some facts about the campaign. Weekly Havoc missions start every week, but run until the end of the update. You could potentially cram the entire update into the last week, but as usual, we advise against that. Yeah, that would be a little rough. Legendary ships are once again allowed for challenge missions, though through an ore mechanic. There are hard mode missions to earn medals for those who wish to get more of a challenge and finish the campaign earlier. Oh, that's interesting. As with most campaigns, to unlock the prize ship, you'll need to purchase an Admiralty backing for 2,500 doubloons. The detailed campaign rewards and their value with and without an Admiralty backing are below. Okay, I'm not going to read through them, I'm just going to show them. So, without Admiralty backing, you get all of this. Okay, it's not letting me highlight. There we go. Okay, it's going to be that way. All right, so we've got it highlighted now. And it is worth 28,667 doubloons. That's without Admiralty backing. With Admiralty backing, you get all of that plus this, which gives you an extra, or gives you a total value of 69,420 doubloons. Which is why I always say, if you have a small amount of doubloons to spend, the best way that you can spend it is always going to be buying Admiralty backing. That is the best way to spend your doubloons, because you get so much back for your money spent. So just keep that in mind. Arena Battles Season 2 and 3. In this update, you can expect 2 seasons of arena battles with different rules. Importantly, the top 3 brackets will receive steel, 1, 10, and 25 in both seasons. You can find out all the details in special article next Thursday. Golden Week content. Golden Week is a series of holidays celebrated in Japan annually that starts with the Emperor's birthday and culminates in Children's Day. It's usually a time when people travel and take a break from their work schedules. To commemorate the event, we're introducing several new items. Among these are themed skins for Kongo, Asashio, and Yamato. available from the Golden Week chest. Other contents will be revealed as usual on worldofwarshipslegends.com/containers before or on April 19th. So before or on April 19th. Sometimes my brain gets ahead of me. Importantly, a Sashio will also be available for 12,500 doubloons for the duration of the sale event. One more item that's going to be available is a golden flag for 1,000 doubloons. Please note, it's simply a flag. And we're just seeing if purely cosmetic items such as this are in demand by themselves. The Golden Week sales begin on April 26th and last until May 9th. To see if a purely cosmetic item such as this are in demand by themselves. The answer is yes, they are, even if it's not by someone like me. There's a lot of people out there that will pay 1,000 doubloons just to have a flag. I guarantee it. So, whether it's for you or not, I'm probably going to be seeing a lot more cosmetic enhancements to your ships in the near future. Balance changes. There are quite a few balance changes this time around, mostly made in response to your requests, which provided the impetus for us to steer the balance in the proposed way. 105mm German battleships, or 105mm secondary guns of German battleships can now penetrate 20mm of armor, which they weren't able to do before. This means that Bismarck and Tirpitz become more of a threat to any destroyers that wander too close, especially if the battleships have enhanced secondaries. Ashitaka's main gun reload time has been improved by 1 second, down to 30 seconds instead of 31. Warhammer ships Ragnarok and Ignis Purgatio have received the following buffs. Citadel armor belt is now 126mm instead of 76, making the Citadel a bit less vulnerable. Repair Party now restores 32% more hit points per second over the same duration. A single charge of main battery reload booster has been added to the third consumable slot. As we've teased before, some battleships are going to receive a concealment modification to try and see whether the meta can be changed a little. We're starting somewhat conservatively, but it's possible that more battleships will receive this option in the future. The ships in question are Ashitaka, Nagato, Amagi, Yamato, Ki, Vanguard, Ragnarok, and Ignis Purgatio. Division mates in Tier 6 and 7 battles spawn closer to each other in standard versus AI modes. Miscellaneous changes and improvements. The red, white, and blue and legendary birthday bureau projects are scheduled to be deprecated and will be removed if you haven't started them. If you're reading this before April 12th, please start the projects if you would like them to stay on your account. You don't even have to continue researching them. Simply starting them will suffice. 2 new maps have been added to the rotation. Solomon Islands for battles tiers 3 through 4, and Hotspot for battles tier 6, 7, and legendary. Carriers have been added to the port filter and point distribution count in the tactical map menu. Carrier-specific tooltips have been added to control presets. Anti-air stats have been added to the ship loadout UI, so we get our anti-air stats back. Maximum air defense range is shown in the info panel, among other ranges. Carrier commanders Taemin Yamaguchi and Ernest King are now available from their national commander containers, as well as from the international one. The background of active legendary skills has been replaced in the commander interface. The visual effects of projectiles hitting the ground have been improved. Has fixed bugs. Improved stability for Xbox client, thank you. A few errors in descriptions for controller presets were corrected. Charlemagne's aircraft are now correctly skinned as bats when the scarab skin is applied to the ship. The focus frame sometimes disappeared from commanders when allocating the 15th or 16th commander to a ship. Commanders were sometimes not assigning correctly if a commander was on the far right of the list. Freezes occurred for PlayStation 5 when resuming the game after having the console in a suspended state. Rare cases of the store displaying the "there is no content" message for PlayStation users. Enemy ship HP bars sometimes doubled up in the battle interface. Global XP rounded up incorrectly when switching between the currency panel and main port menu. Finished bureau projects were sometimes delayed as active when all of the rewards had been received. And rare cases of controller presets not changing occurred. New premium ships available in the store. The following ships are very likely to be available for purchase during this update. Please follow our special media accounts and other channels to get the details on dates and specific stats. Tier 4 Soviet battleship. Oh my god. I apologize ahead of time. Oktyabrskaya. That's the best I got. I apologize. Revolutia. That I can give you. Tier 5 Italian destroyer Leone. Oh, thank God. They give me an easy one. I can even get that one right, but that's not going to get at all. So I guess we're going to have to start calling the French battleship Lion instead of Leone. But yeah, that's something new. A new destroyer's coming, guys. Woo. All right, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know it was a bit of a longer video. You guys know how these patch notes do. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.